This week, I really wanted to talk about the structure of the tarot deck. As I mentioned in a previous video, it is based off an old Italian card game called Tarocchi. And in that game, it consisted of playing with 4 different suits of cards as well as a set of trump cards. So if we look at how the deck is put together, we have the Major Arcana, which are the trump cards. There are 22 of those. And then we have the Minor Arcana, which consists of 4 different suits of cards with 14 cards within each suit. Now these suits are different from the suits that you find in a modern day playing card deck, and there is a reason for that, which I will cover in a future video. But for now, just know the 4 suits in the Minor Arcana are Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. As I mentioned, the Major Arcana is made up of 22 cards, and in the game of Tarocchi, these were known as the trump cards. They come from the word trionfi, which is Italian for triumph, and it is thought that when these were developed, they were allegorical representations of Roman triumphs. Each one of these cards is supposed to represent a different triumph, and it's the medieval interpretation of those. When the Major Arcana was first created, there was no numbering to it. There wasn't necessarily a connection between the cards. Each one was really meant to stand individually, so they could be in any order. It didn't really matter. Over time, they were assigned the numbering and they were assigned the order that we work with them today. And today, the Major Arcana is typically seen as telling a story. So you start with the Fool and you move all the way through to the World. And every card along the way is part of the Fool's journey. If you think of it that way, as someone who starts out not really having a lot of experience in life, and then they gain experience along the way until they become very worldly. So the cards represent things that happen along the journey, people that the Fool meets, interactions that the Fool has. I should add that Arcana is from a Latin word which means mystery. So Major Arcana means big mystery, Minor Arcana means small mystery. So the way that the deck is structured is that if you get any Major Arcana cards within your reading, that represents the big pieces of your life, big milestones, big themes, big things to be aware of. And the Minor Arcana represent the smaller things, the details, the day-to-day sort of mundane things. So if you think about it, the Major Arcana are like your starting players, and the Minor Arcana are your backup players. They're still good, they still deserve to be on the team, and when they do play, they're great. But the Major Arcana are really there to shine. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a little bit more information about the difference between the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana and where they came from. And I look forward to seeing you next week.